Hey, it's Wednesday. Time for another action figure adventures video here on SEO Toy Review. Today, Baby Skeletor and I are taking a look at the Aliens 3-pack from the Funko ReAction line. We've got the Queen Alien, Ripley, and the Power Loader. This is a really beautiful set. Unfortunately, the plastic doesn't allow for me to photograph it that well. That's it, man! Game over, man! Game over! What are we supposed to do now, huh? What are we gonna do? Back of the package shows off Ripley in the Power Loader, as well as the Queen Alien figure, which looks amazing. I think it's time to get this set out of the package. Knowing that these are ReAction figures, you know they're going to be limited articulation. They're going to be like the old Kenner figures. Hips and shoulder joints, neck joints, and that's about it. Now, the Queen Alien has a few extra appendages, so I wasn't sure what they were going to do there with the articulation. But my initial thoughts on the set, anyway, I love they went with the gloss plastic for the Queen Alien. I really like the way the loader looks. I feel like it's got the right proportions to the Queen and to the Ripley figure, as opposed to maybe like the old Kenner loader that I always thought the arms were too tiny on. The Ripley figure, I think, looks more like Sigourney Weaver than the original ReAction Ripley figure. But still, the ReAction series, they don't really go for actor likeness. It's just not really the style, because the old figures weren't really that style. So we're going to start by taking a look at Ripley. We have the Aliens version, standing next to the original Alien figure from the ReAction line. You can see it's a new head sculpt. Pretty much all new parts here. Of course, she's wearing a different costume. This time, Ripley comes with no weapon. We don't have her flamethrower grenade launcher thing, which would have been cool, but maybe they'll release that if they do more figures based on the Aliens movie. And I would love that. I would love Newt, Hicks, Bishop, maybe a few of the other guys. I think that'd be cool. Maybe even a little set with the sentry guns. That'd be pretty sweet. Ripley's got sort of wavy hair. She's wearing a gray t-shirt. She's got the web gear over top of that with the grenades for her weapon. And then down below she's got a pair of light blue pants. And of course her fancy space sneakers. As I mentioned before, Ripley has the standard Kenner type articulation. Next up, we're going to take a look at the Power Loader. The loader is a yellow frame. It's got a opening cockpit area here so you can put the Ripley figure in. It's got some little antennas and the little spinning siren type light thing on the top. You spin it around, it's got some cool piston type things going on here that don't move, but, you know, help give it that feel that it really works. The articulation on the loader is all in the arms. The arms can move up and around, and the wrists can spin. Alright, the legs cannot move. There are no elbow joints, just the wrist swivels and those shoulder joints. Down here you can see there are pegs for Ripley's feet, and then you can see that her hands can hold on to the handles for the arms. It does make it tricky to move the arms around. You kind of have to move the action figure's arms with the loader's arms, which can be a little bit awkward. Get away from her, you bitch! And onto the Queen Alien. Here you can see the Queen Alien alongside the big chap alien from the first line of ReAction figures. I don't think the Queen is quite big enough. She seems in good scale to the loader, but not in good scale to the regular alien, so maybe the loader is a little small compared to the regular alien. I don't know. It's just kind of awkward. I think the Queen looks really nice, but she's lacking in features and articulation a little bit. And I know these figures have limited articulation. Let me just take a quick look at the regular alien to show you what I'm talking about. So the original alien figure here is not glossy, which I think was a mistake on the design part. I like the glossiness of the Queen. But this alien has movable arms, movable legs, and even though the tail is always coiled, the tail can move back and forth. Additionally, the dome comes off, and the inner mouth can come out. The Queen Alien has articulation at the neck there, so her head can move back and forth. The fin back here hits these side pieces, so she can only go so far. She has moving main arms. The lower arms don't do anything. Her hind legs can be moved, and the tail, which is awesomely long, is completely stationary, not even a twist at the end here. Which is kind of a shame because the Queen uses her tail to attack Ripley inside the power loader, so it would be nice if you could somehow move that tail a little bit. So, while she looks beautiful, I mean, they did a great job sculpting this figure, I just would have liked to have been able to either have that inner mouth move, or have the tail move at least one joint. Maybe I'm just spoiled because I grew up with the 90s Kenner Queen Alien that could slash its tail around and had all the posable legs, but didn't really look anything like the alien in the movie. This one is pretty much spot-on representation, so that it's got that going for it. I know Funko's kind of slowed down on the reaction figures a little bit, and that's okay. They were kind of going nuts there for a little bit, but I really do hope that they continue to think about the sets they do and produce high-quality figures like these. I think they're a ton of fun. Like I said, I'd love Newt and maybe Bishop and Hicks. I don't even know what other properties they need to go after, but it just seems like there should be more figures like these. Maybe Ghostbusters. There's so many properties I like, but there are other companies making similar type figures. So, if you're a big fan of Aliens, I don't know how you can pass upon this set. Aliens was actually my introduction to the whole franchise. I saw the second film when I was snowed in at a friend's house during the blizzard of '93. If you live on the East Coast of the United States and were alive in '93, you probably know about the blizzard of '93. I was staying over at a friend's house, and my parents made me call before they dropped me off to make sure it was okay if I was there for a couple of days in case they couldn't come back to get me, which was the case. I ended up being there for 3 days. Thanks for watching this Action Figure Adventures video. Do Baby Skeletor a favor, hit that like and subscribe button.